start recording. I'm glad I went back.
Yeah, like I was thinking
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So next column, next one's preliminary. Then you got the length of the line. Latitude. Departures. Okay. So the formulas are on the page too. So that you don't have to go to your book. But I'm going to make a note where to get it from the book. So to do the preliminary azimuths, we were in chapter 7 when we did that, correct?
Yep.
I'm going to put a page number on that. It's basically that chart.
Page 170?
It's 170. Okay, so I'm going to write 170 up there. Okay. Then so David. Oh, David. Hey, David, you got your speaker on. You want to mute it unless you need to ask a question?
Roger.
Okay. If you ask a question, just unmute it then. So I'll tell you what I did. That etiquette. So I was in some training, and they were over there in the GCB, and the guy was up there doing showing us how to do some software and all that. Well, people were saying, putting in the chat box, we can't hear him. So I unmuted mine and said, I can hear you fine, I can see you fine. So then he started getting really closer to the mic because people said they couldn't hear and they couldn't. So then it kind of was a little muffled. But some woman said, she had her mic on and had no idea. Started saying, yeah, I'm in this training, that guy's gargling, da 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 da. It just on and on and on. And I'm like, my eyes kept getting bigger, and I come out of the office because I was cracking up so hard, I had to come out. I had to come out and tell Miss Vivian, secretary, because I was like, and everybody heard her. Even Beamer was on, he said, everybody heard it. And I thought, oh, and her name's up there too, so you know who it is because it's speaking. I mean, it was just like, man, they ain't got no etiquette. All right, so we're going to be back in chapter 10 now. So what we're going to do, you didn't have to adjust any angles because this one's already mathematically closed, but we want to start filling in the charts. So we want to work from page 244 through 248. That's all we need. So I'm going to write sorry, handwriting's off. All right, so side A to B, B to C, C to A. Preliminary azimuth, you told me 64 degrees, 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put the 0 seconds in. What's B to C?
191 degrees, 6 seconds and 0. 6 minutes and 0 seconds.
Okay, last one is 296, 35, 00. Now, when you're doing this, keep the one you'll have, your length will be to 3 decimal places. So when you're doing your latitude and departures, keep them to 4 decimal places. Keep them to 4. So the length from A to B, you should be writing in 322. And the length from B to C. And this is on the first page, so it was on the first page. I got distances written there. And I'm going to go ahead and total them up right here. Okay, so there's my total perimeter. All right, so now I need you to do latitude and departures. Only difference is latitude is your cosine, your azimuth, times the length of your line. Cosine of 64 degrees 10 minutes times the length of your line. That formula is right up top for you. I go ahead and do all my cosines to begin with, and then I go and do all the sines. I do latitudes first, and then I do departures. Let's check my work. So is it being just a triangle, this will be a lot easier to do. I went ahead and rounded up. If the fifth number went up, was close, I rounded up.
For the 260 minus positive.
Should be. One of them has, either the other two are negative and that's positive, or it's.
I got negative one.
Yeah, I got the 260.
Because when you get to the end, you shouldn't have anything really, really big at the end. You should have a small number. If you got like 120, you know you got something wrong, and then just check them real quick. I mean, I'm sending you home with it, so it shouldn't take you too long. Check yours, Louise. So it's the cosine of 191. I'll put by this way and put this in first. 06 time. Times 265.31. So I got negative 260.346, and that was a 675, so I rounded up to 68.
Mine is coming out positive. I have my things up to read.
Yeah. Why are you doing 11?
Oh, that's what.
And then you gotta change that last one, because those were variants, you gotta change them to keep changing that. All right. So once I totaled those up, and all you have to do is add them, and just keep your signs. I got a negative 0.0431. And then we got to do departures. Departures are the signed azimuth times the length of the line. When we get this practice for our test. This is what, so we've already started filling it in. Do I get a check on my departures?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And then so once I finished up there, I went ahead and did my linear misclosure. And that's departure misclosure squared plus latitude misclosure squared, and you square root of that.
Can you carry that all the way out?
I did, it's on my paper, I kept it all the way out. I actually left it in the calculator once I did it, and then I just divided my perimeter into that. And then did that X button, or the X to the -1 button. So I'll put it back in. Let me know when y'all get to linear misclosure. I'm gonna put it in my calculator again.
I got it, that's right.
So I'm not gonna put the formula for linear relative precision, but I definitely want y'all to understand that. So it's misclosure. So once I took my latitude misclosure, squared it, and I did my departures misclosure and squared it, I took the square root and I got 0.133568521. And then I kept it all the way in there and went ahead and divided it by the perimeter to get your relative precision. So once you have that point, I just divide by the perimeter, which is 855.46. All right, I see some people that are just leave it like that. And it's like a 1.5 something to the -4. That's not where you stop. You've got to do relative precision, so you have to do the x to the -1 and hit enter. So that precision, and you're just going to do it to the nearest whole number. My precision, and you got to put it 1 over. This is what I got. For my relative precision. 1 over.
You wouldn't want to round that 0.8 to.
You don't, on relative precision, that's the only time you don't round. Because you can't be any more accurate than. Everybody following so far? If not, you can go back and watch this, because I actually am gonna put it in Blackboard under like module 5, because this is a real simple one of showing you how to do this.
Even 64.
Oops, sorry.
What, 6414?
Yes.
What did we get that?
I took,
12 squared.
okay, now hit that x to the -1. Yep, enter.
Okay.
So don't, and then it's 1 over that number. To make sure at the very end you do the 1 over the x, 'cause that's relative precision.
Let me put this in first.
Another easy way, if you can't remember to hit that 1 over x, just take the perimeter and divide it by your misclosure. So if I were to take the 855.46 and divide it by that 133, I'm going to get the same thing. 855. And then when I'm out in the field, I can remember to do that. Then out of about 0.1333685. I'm not sure what, but that gives me 6414. You just got to make sure to put 1 over that number. So the easy way I just did it, that's the unorthodox way. But I still get the same number, and I can remember that in the field. And if I don't have a scientific calculator, I don't have to worry about doing 1 over. I can just, then I'll know if I'm close or not. So next step. That would be doing the corrections for your latitudes and the corrections for your departures. So the first one would be a correction for A to B. So it's your total latitude misclosure divided by the perimeter times the length of the line AB. Now, this formula, I'm just gonna kind of come over like page 3 for a minute. Remember that negative sign outside of the and again, all your formulas are on this sheet. I'm going to highlight that in blue. So if I go ahead and put the first one in, so I've got a negative on the outside. Total latitude misclosure was a negative 0.0431 divided by the perimeter, 8. What you're doing is you're adjusting it per line, like per foot. We're adjusting the traverse per foot.
Can you round it? No.
Keep it to 4 decimal.
But like still, just round it to the 4 decimal.
Yes. And then the length of line AB was the all right, so there's the formula. So once I solved for that, a negative and a negative made it a positive. So I got 0.0161. So I'm going to skip back to the first one, and I'm going to put right here 0.162 right above it, like that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the correction for the departure for the same line. That's going to be total departure. I forgot that right there at the end of it. Mm-hmm.
So like if I took that and rounded it there,
Mm-hmm.
like that, it's fine.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay. You get 5 and then 5 here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm. Yep, got all.
Will you round up right now?
I would, if it's at 5, I round it up. And I'll put in there I'll show y'all what I got for all of them. So that would be Traverse. Now, how often do I do this? Only when I have to do a plat, recorded map. Total misclosure departure divided by traverse perimeter times length of line. So not too often, and more a surveyor is going to be the one that does this. But you need to know how to do it. So when I put that number in, that was so it's proportioning the error per length of the line. So it's proportioning each of these error based off how long or how short the line is. So when I did that one, I got 0.0476. So I'm going to go ahead and put that above. And I'm not going to do the leading zero. So there's all the ones that I got for the correction. I wrote it in blue on the top. So I think Wyatt, I saw yours and they all looked identical to mine. So I think I did the latitudes first and then checked to see if they worked out before I went and did the next one. So these were the unadjusted ones right here. Yep. So the next column is going to be our balanced latitude and departures. And that's where we're going to just add our correction to our original number. C. You're always just gonna add. So you would add whatever your correction is to your original latitude. So when I take 140.5396 and add that 0.0162, I get 140.5558. Do the same for your departures. So when you add your correction to your original latitude, I told you that the front sheet, I said this one's gonna be X, it's 10,000, and Y will be 10,000. I wrote it on the first. So I am recording, so we can go back. Any questions so far? So when I totaled the balanced one, you should get 0. If you get 0.0001, I'm okay with that, because I think that happened to us in class.
So one, we did was 9999, the other one was 0.001.
Probably something like that when you were doing your coordinates. If it's like about the fourth place, because sometimes you're rounded up and down, they throw that fourth decimal off and just call it, it'll be 0.0001. That's fine. This one just worked out perfect to be 0 when I added them up. If you don't get 0, then go back and check your numbers. I was doing the survey 3, their notes, because I went and adjusted the distances and the bearings. And I think I lined through it several times, so this time I decided to use a pencil where I wasn't lining through something. Questions? The last step is going to be to do your coordinates. So coordinates, and it's on the first sheet, it said the coordinates for A is 10,000, 10,000.
Okay, it may not make that much of a difference, but I've got 3334 for 260.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 3s and a 4. I'm not sure whether that makes any difference or not.
Yeah, you would be, you're probably gonna be off 1,000 if you put that in.
260.346.
Yeah, 3334 and then 7776.
So you got 3,334? Oh, yeah, I did, sorry. Yeah, I just missed it I just missed putting it in on here. I had the same thing. Yeah, I just dropped off 2 numbers. Sorry, I did 3,334. And here we go. I did have it. Yeah, that would have made a difference. Last thing is my coordinates. So we start at point A and we want to go to B. So to go to B is just adding your latitudes to that. So for my latitude is my Y. So I said 10,000 plus the 140.5558. So I'm just going to write B, coordinates here. That would give me 10,140.55. And then to go to C, I'm going to add the negative 260.3334 to the 10,140.
Okay, silly question.
Mm-hmm.
On the sheet you gave us before, we used, Y as 5,000.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, why we're using 10,000 stuff.
From look at the first page of the thing. The last thing, number 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so using that as
Yeah.
opposed to what we used before, okay.
So I always give you the coordinates. The one for the take home is 10,000, 10,000 for A and B, that's from A as well. I try to keep it simple.
Yes.
All right, so the last one would be coming back to A, kind of check our work. So if I take the 9,880 and add the 119 to it, and of course you need to keep it all the way in all the decimal places in, that brings me back to 10,000. So I did this plus the 140. That gives me that. That coordinate plus the negative 260.334 gives me a 9,880. I'm saving this, I don't want that one. Then I'm going to do the same for the X. One of your groups knows from your outside perimeter one. Or notes from where you went outside, like that has the preliminary azimuth on there. Your notes, or your actual one. It'd be the one that you did in your groups.
So we need to do that.
Yeah, and what I need it, because that's where we're gonna put the pad.
I gotta redo it, but we never like agreed on the numbers. Well, cause I never, like, we rounded separate, we did like something different.
Yeah, you yours was and all that.
Cause I don't know how off they are.
Yes. You just didn't keep it to 4.
But you said it wouldn't really
How-
matter.
What I'm really looking at is these. Any differences? I may want to make a copy of this for you to have those distances. You gotta have something to start with.
Okay.
And we'll make a copy of it. I'm really more considering looking at these 2 things. Okay. So it should be this sheet. All right, has anybody got any questions on how to do this? All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save it. Save and exit.
It's probably, I didn't do it. I said, we can do it.
And this is,
With the drawings. You finished yours?
I got to finish my kitchen elevation, so. Now I gotta do that one. Yeah, I gotta do.
so I'll email this to you as a group. I'm gonna go ahead and close out of this. So David, do you got any questions? Do you have any questions, or are you good with this? You good? Are you good? Yeah?
Shake your head.
Yeah, just shake your head if you're good, but his camera. I said, you good? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close out of this and open up, because I'll upload this video under module 5. But I won't do it till tonight. If not, you'll know how to get to it, right?